welcome to our program, Window on Wellness, presented by Rutland Regional Medical Center. I'm Jackie Hesse, and today I'll be joined by Dr. Robin Leight from the Rutland Women's Healthcare Center, and we'll be back right after these messages from Rutland Regional.
Back in 1896, the Rutland Regional Medical Center was created to meet the needs of our community. We have clinics, we have emergency departments, we have operating rooms, we have inpatient beds. We take care of patients with heart disease, with cancer, with drug rehabilitation needs. Everything that our community needs and demands. We're so proud to take care of our community, and we always make this promise. We listen, we respect, we care, always.
Welcome back. Today we're going to make an almond crusted salmon dish with a nice light green salad, as well as a healthy green smoothie. Welcome, Dr. Leight.
Thanks, Jackie.
It's nice to have you here today.
It's great to be here.
So today, as I said, we're going to make our salmon. It's going to be an almond crusted salmon. So what we're going to do first is prep the topping for our salmon. It's going to be a 1/4 cup of sliced almonds. These are just plain blanched almonds. That's about right. We're going to have a tablespoon of lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. We'll just be careful to get our seeds out here. Just a bowl here. And if you wouldn't mind grabbing the salmon from behind you there, I have that small package. We're going to use 2 4-ounce portions of salmon.
You want?
Perfect, yeah, you can bring those right over. We're going to do just about a tablespoon of olive oil. And we're going to do 2 cloves of garlic, fresh garlic, just minced up. And if you wouldn't mind grabbing me the parsley and the oregano from the refrigerator, we're going to do a teaspoon of parsley and a teaspoon of fresh oregano chopped up. Yeah, perfect. And actually, you can start picking the parsley off the stems for me if you would. Some nice fresh parsley there. Do you ever cook with oregano, fresh oregano?
I do. I always have dried herbs at home, so it's
Yeah.
always easier having those. But
Now that we're getting into the warmer spring months, we're getting some really nice herbs around here. They're starting to come back. Oregano is a great one because it's perennial. And actually, I was noticing in my garden the other day that my oregano was popping back up. It's great to use for sauces. It's great in dressings. It's a really, really great one. So I'm just going to mince up the garlic here.
how much are you going to end up using?
We're going to about 2 cloves of garlic. We want to get it fairly small so that when we use it for the topping that it's not going to burn on us.
Is that going to be enough parsley once you
That
chop
looks
it?
great, yeah.
Okay.
And if you could do the same amount of oregano, it's about a teaspoon, but if you like a lot of fresh herb flavor, a lot of green flavor, you can certainly use more. And you can certainly also change up the herbs. So if you have chives would be great. You could even do a little bit of basil. Really, you can tailor this to your preference. And the same would also really go for the nuts. If you wanted to use chopped walnuts, you could certainly do that. Very versatile.
And salmon's good because it's sort of like a steak fish. So
Right.
it's sturdier.
It is. It's a meatier fish. It's got some healthy fats, some omega-3s. Certainly a healthier fish for sure. A lot of good flavor. Okay, start chopping these up. You can chop these up right together. Perfect. Thank you.
It already smells great.
It does.
The scent released off the herbs.
Yeah, there's some nice natural oils here in the oregano. And together, these are really, we have the savory flavor here from the herbs. We have just a bit of sour with our lemon, fresh lemon, and our garlic. We do want to get all of these ingredients fairly small so that, as I said, they don't burn. I've got a half sheet pan here with a little bit of aluminum foil on the bottom, and I've lightly greased it with some olive oil so we don't have any sticking. Okay. And if you wouldn't mind, right beside you I have a pot of water. If you would turn it on to about medium-high heat, we're gonna have the boiling water going for some green beans that we're gonna blanch to go in our salad. And if you wanna throw maybe a tablespoon of salt into the water, just so we can season the water. Okay, that looks about good for our herbs. And we're gonna do just a little bit of salt in here. Perfect. And a little bit of ground black pepper. Clean as I go here.
I always go heavier on the pepper. I love pepper.
I do as well.
I'd rather more pepper, less salt, but.
I absolutely agree with you on that one. I always do too much black pepper. So I'm gonna just mix this here and see what our consistency is like. You definitely want the almonds to have just enough olive oil on them so that they toast up nicely. And you want the mixture to have enough moisture so that it's gonna stick to your salmon. And get all of those flavors all mixed together. And that looks about right. So what we'll do is we have our salmon. As I said, those are about 4-ounce portions. And get those on our greased sheet. Let's see, I'm actually just gonna get all those good herbs on the salmon. And very easy, we're just gonna coat the top. And this will bake in the oven for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees.
It's a good thing about fish too, is it doesn't take very long.
It's quick, absolutely. You could probably do this with chicken breast as well, but as you said, the fish is going to be good because it cooks up very quickly. So we'll do 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. And I'm going to set our timer so that it's okay. While that's going, let's move on to our smoothie. So we'll head right over this way. And we're going to do a healthy green smoothie that has fruits and vegetables in it. The Granny Smith apple that we're going to use is going to kind of mask the flavor of the kale, but we're going to have all the benefits of those vegetables in there. So if you wouldn't mind slicing and dicing the apple for me. I'm going to grab our kale.
Are we keeping the skin on?
Yes. Yep, we are. And I'm going to start.
What kind of shape do we want? Is it just down
probably
the cubes?
Yes. Yep. So if you can just kind of work around your core, perfect. You knew exactly how to go into that. Awesome. Yeah, that works well. Kind of go on the angle and get your core out. That looks like a good size. Kind of a small to a medium.
Are they going right in?
Right into the blender, yeah. A small to a medium-sized dice will be good there. Help your blender out a little bit. Although we have a really good blender here. And I have some curly kale that I'm going to start to kind of peel apart. We're going to need about 1.5 cups of the curly kale. So kale has a lot of really great health benefits. Are you?
Yes. So I'm always encouraging my patients, whether they're pregnant or not, to eat their leafy greens. So their dark green lettuces, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, for the excellent vitamins, iron, and fiber. It's really great.
I think iron is an ingredient that most people don't think of when they think of leafy greens. We think of iron being in protein-rich foods, you know, your beef, and there's a massive amount of iron.
Surprising benefit.
Absolutely, in your
dark
leafy greens. And it's really something you cannot eat much of. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that's too much kale. So I'm just pulling the kale right away from the stems here. And that's about a cup, and we'll do 1.5 cups here. I kind of went for the center leaves here. Although this time of the year, the kale is nice and tender. Let's see, if you would measure out a tablespoon of honey.
And right into the blender?
Yeah, that's about 1/2 cup there. water's going. So we'll get a little light sweetness there. The apple is fairly sweet. However, the honey will help us with the texture and give us a little sweetness.
Imagine living here in Vermont, we could substitute maple
I
syrup
think
right
that is
here
an
too.
excellent idea. You absolutely could. Agave nectar is another one that I like to use. Rather half a cup of kale. We have 1 banana. And this is a nice ripe banana. And we'll just kind of chunk him up there. We have a cup of orange juice.
Is that going in?
It is. And I will grab our ice from behind us. We have a cup of crushed ice. Kind of melted back together on this. And if you would throw the lid on there, we can blend that up. And I think, as you mentioned, we'll use the puree feature.
A little mush
Yeah, we'll
down.
give it a little bit of a mix.
It was starting to.
Yeah, I
Turn a
can
bit.
feel it. It's about ready to grab everything, but give it a mix. Let's see. You can add a little bit more. Add just
Try
a
a little
touch
more
more
juice.
orange juice. Yeah, maybe another half a cup.
A little smush down again.
I think we're gonna get it this time. That's about right. There we go. Now we're cooking. Perfect. Pretty good? It looks good, yeah. Usually when it starts to kind of bubble like that. We're on the right track. Excellent. That looks to be the right consistency. Perfect. So we'll let that hang out for a few minutes while we
Okay.
work on our salad. So to go with the salmon today, we're going to do a green salad. So we'll have kind of a hot and cold thing going on with our dish. We'll have the nice cool salad. We're going to have the blanched green beans and our salmon. So I have 2 different lettuces today. I have a frisee lettuce, which is got some bitterness, it's a little bit peppery, and some butter lettuce. So we'll have those 2 different flavors going. So I already washed both of these so that they're ready to go. And what we can do is just kind of pick off any of the brown tops. Usually you get kind of those rusty little bits. We can just pick off any that we see. Use that. Yeah. Water's almost there. Thank you. So if you want to just dice that up, we'll just chunk it up into little chunks for
Okay.
a bowl there. Any way you like. Yeah, I usually cut it in half and then kind of slice it the long way. This butter lettuce is also sometimes called Boston Bib. I think maybe around here people know Boston Bib a little bit more.
Yes.
But it's a nice buttery lettuce. It really goes with just about everything, and it's really underused. I think it's underappreciated.
The frisee I have not usually just eaten by itself for
Yes.
a salad, but as an accent, it's very good.
Yeah, by itself, it's fairly strong. So to kind of temper it with some butter lettuce or some romaine usually works best. Perfect. I'll just kind of break up the lettuce as we go here.
Do you think 1/2 of that head, or should we?
Go ahead and chunk
Chop
up the
up
other
the
half. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll get our frisee going. Beautiful. You can certainly kind of leave it chopped that way. I like to kind of break it up. But. Great. And then we'll do our 1 head of frisee.
Is there a trick to this core, or just chop off the?
Yep,
get
just
the
chop it
bottom?
same way you did the butter lettuce. And then, yeah, that'll
Maybe.
release all of it.
Do the same thing, just.
Yeah, I think those 2 chops will be good. You can kind of leave it nice and, it gives it some nice height. It's a great addition to give your salad some nice texture and some nice height. So once our green beans are ready, we'll add those towards the end. But what we have to throw in here today is some cranberries, some halved Kalamata olives, and a little bit of cherry tomatoes. So if you want to just sprinkle those right in, we'll add in our green beans. And there's our salmon, so I'll take a peek and see how we're doing with those. Perfect.
I love the smell of Kalamata
I
olives.
love Kalamata
And the
olives.
taste.
So our salmon looks fantastic. And our water's coming up. We'll let our salmon rest a few minutes. You usually want to give them 2 to 3 minutes to rest before you cut
Rinse some
into
of
them.
the olive off my hands.
Perfect. And we'll just go out there with our water. This is about 1 to 2 cups of green beans that we're going to blanch here. So you can see our salmon roasted up very nicely. We have just a little bit of color here on the almonds, but not too much. We have a lemon herb dressing that I made earlier today that has fresh lemon, about a tablespoon of non-fat plain Greek yogurt, olive oil, and then just a bit of Dijon mustard, salt and pepper. And we'll use that to dress our salad. So we'll have our green beans going here. We're gonna wanna blanch the green beans for 3 to 4 minutes once they're rolling boil, but we don't want to over blanch them so that we wanna keep the nice green color. So we'll let those hang out for a few more minutes. Why don't we talk about this beautiful display of fruits and vegetables we have and the importance of eating the rainbow.
Yes, I love to talk to, again, friends, family, and my patients about choosing foods that serve eating the rainbow, meaning eat all the different colors of food that you can find. As you even have here in the display, green is very easy to find. There's lots of green. And red, tomatoes, a red onion, a red apple. Maybe we'll give the peaches credit for
They kinda
red
cross
and
over,
orange
yeah.
and yellow. The orange pepper, the yellow zucchini, purple family, the eggplant and the blueberries are usually, and beets. We
Beets
can
are a
put
great
into
one.
that family too. A little more green over here with a green pepper. And so the more variety of colors we eat, the more variety of vitamins and antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, ingredients that we will enjoy. So I do like to put emphasis on that.
Are there any in particular you would say are kind of
So
women
blueberries
especially?
are definitely a superstar. They have the most potent antioxidants per bite of food that you're going to take. Not quite represented here are the potato family, but even here where you have one color of an eggplant, if there is a vegetable, fruit that comes in a variety of colors. Usually, the more colorful it is, then the even better that fruit or vegetable is. So purple cauliflower is even better than white cauliflower.
Right.
But white cauliflower is good too. White is another color in the rainbow, so we should eat garlic and onions, white onions.
Right.
Yep.
Throw our garlic in there. So really, we can't go wrong with any of these.
No.
And is there any of these that we want to be careful we don't have too much of?
No.
Or do we want to say all things in moderation and just get as much color in as we
it's
can?
always good to think about moderation.
Yeah.
Like even this lovely bowl of blueberries would be a little bit of a big serving if you were going to have other fruits throughout the day as well too. So
serving size is important.
Serving size is about the size of an apple.
Okay.
Sometimes if you're going to have more variety, you would do half of that as a serving. Okay. I think we already talked before about our leafy greens, how they're wonderful for fiber. But really, almost everything, particularly if you eat the skin, is fiber again. So, and it's great.
All really important. So our green beans are ready. I'm going to put them in the sink here in the strainer. So thank you. I'm going to just run a little bit of cold water over them. We could certainly use an ice bath as well to shock down and get them to stop cooking so we can preserve that green flavor.
And a little bit of
color,
crisp.
excuse me. And some crisp.
A little bit of crunch.
It'll give us some crunch for sure. So I'll just run some cold water over that. Excellent.
Is this bowl all the way down here for the beans, or are they going in anything?
I think I'll go right in the bowl with them. And we'll just do those here on the side. And I'll get you some tongs and we can toss those all together. Okay. There you are. Put our dressing here.
Go ahead and
Let me dress and you can toss it all up. Just do about half the dressing. I like to just start light on the dressing and we can always add if we need to. While you're tossing that together, I'll put our salmon on the plate.
if you don't mind me sharing, I do like to teach a trick about dressing.
Oh, please.
If a dressing is a thicker one, which probably means it's higher fat and higher calories, you could keep your dressing on the side, dip your fork before your bite of salad, and you really won't consume that much dressing.
Oh, I
You'll
love
taste
that.
it
I have never
every
heard of
bite.
that. That's a fantastic
So it's a way
trick.
to enjoy perhaps a heavier, richer dressing at a much smaller amount.
That's a really great tip. I'm going to try that next time.
All right.
I'm certainly
I'll let
guilty
you
of that.
plate.
All right. If you wouldn't mind, you can grab us the smoothies and pour some smoothie up for us. So a half of a cup of the smoothie is about 100 calories, and it would be really great for a breakfast if you don't have a whole lot of time in the morning. It mixes up very quickly, and you can certainly
Maybe even add a little protein
add
if
some
you,
protein, add a little bit of yogurt maybe.
or if you
Switch
like a
up your
protein powder.
vegetables. Yeah, switch up your fruits. I love blueberries in my smoothies. That's one of my favorites. See if we can get all the great ingredients in here. Get some color.
One more thing as you're making this beautiful plate is teaching my patients about the kind of newer approach to how to eat a healthy amount, and the right amount of foods is to eat the plate. And if you divide your plate into quarters, 1/4 would be your lean protein, whether it's an animal source or a vegetable source. 2/4 or half a plate would be your vegetables, maybe some fruit. And then that leaves 1 more quarter of the plate for probably a healthy grain, something like brown rice. Maybe sometimes it would be a half a sweet potato or whole wheat or whole grain pasta. So
Great
that's
tip.
a good approach too.
Absolutely. Let's try. Let's see our salmon taste. I really taste the garlic.
That's delicious.
Very nice.
I love salmon, so
Yeah,
that's
I do
very
too.
good.
Well, thank you so much, Robin, for joining me
thank
today. I appreciate all your
toast with our
help and your great
smoothie.
tips. Thank you so much.
Good health.
Good health. And thank you for joining us. Remember to check us out on PEG TV and also on demand. Thank
Yum.
you, and be well.
This is delicious too.
Thank you.
Very good.
This is Shane, my therapy dog. I really enjoy bringing him to Rutland Regional Medical Center because I can just see what it does for the patients. I think we make a lot of people happy and relaxed when we come. It takes them out of really where they are. People I don't even know will say hi to Shane because they've seen him at the hospital. It's like, look, there's Shane. Hi, Shane.